if you're making a list of Tar Heels who have played a sport here at Carolina and then have gone out into the broad sports world and achieved the most, you cannot make that list without Davis Love III, who is our guest on the Carolina Insider. Davis, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
What brings you to Chapel Hill?
Well, I love coming to Chapel Hill for any reason, but this is a special day. We're kicking off the new Finley Golf Club, the grand opening. It's been closed for, I guess, almost a year. People are chomping at the bit.
I'm ready. I got to get back out there.
I've talked to so many people just in 2 days of being here over playing in the SAS over in Raleigh. Like, they are ready to play. And I keep getting these pictures and posts from the golf team, and I text them back. It's closed. What are you guys doing? But there's been some early scouting. Ben Griffin played there a lot before he went to Jackson and played extremely well. So the guys are loving it, and we're excited to get it back open.
How did you? Because it's you and your brother, right? That helped redesign this. Is that accurate?
Well, Love Golf Design is a team. It's a very small team, but it's a team. It's a team of people that build golf courses. Our architect Scott Sherman came up under Pete Dye. Has an incredible wealth of knowledge. I can't draw very well. I should have gone to art class here at Chapel Hill rather than English classes. They would have done me a lot better in my my second career of golf design. But and then we have a bunch of shapers that actually build the golf course that we choose from. A bunch of golf course contractors that we choose from, and fortunately, or because we insisted on it, McCurrick Golf built the Chapel Hill golf course. So we had a great team put together, and but my brother and I are partners in the business.
Okay, this is fascinating to me. So like how, and we've had singers and artists on before and kind of asked similar questions, but how do you kind of big picture when you're thinking, okay, time to make a golf course, guys? Like, how does it all start? How does that process begin?
Well, there's two different, in our business, there's two different golf courses. There's a brand new golf course, which is just woods and or fields. And then there's a renovation. So obviously I had a leg up at Finley. I had played it the old way, and then they changed it once, and then they completely renovated it. So we knew the golf course very well. So you go in and you ask everybody, the athletic department first, and then you ask the coaches, and then you ask the players, and you ask the people that play there. You ask the green superintendent, what do you need? And I heard this from my architect one time. He described that most of the money we spend is going to be under the ground. So it's irrigation, it's drainage, it's all kinds of wires and pipes and stuff. The technical side of it is the construction guys or the architect. But the design side is what do we, if the three of us were going to build a golf course, you'd tell me your favorite golf courses, and we'd say, all right, let's build it in that style. Davis Love Golf Design does not really have a style. We kind of fit the land. But we knew what we needed here at Finley. We needed something kind of classic, traditional, something to challenge the expert players that practice there, the teams. And then for the members, for the university, the students, the members of the club, we needed a course that was approachable and that they could enjoy playing every day. So it's a balance.
This is obviously a course that's close to your heart, that you have a long history with. What challenges does that present when you're working on something like this and you want it to be perfect, but you can't micromanage every single thing?
Well, there's all different kinds of pressure in what I do. A lot of pressure at the Ryder Cup, just watching guys play a couple weeks ago. There's pressure of me playing or captaining a team, major championship pressure. But the pressure to deliver for two coaches of the University of North Carolina and two teams and Bubba Cunningham and everybody involved at the Rams Club, it's a lot of pressure. But you can't really think about that, just like when you're shooting a basketball or when you're playing golf. You can't think about the results, but you bring a team together. One thing I'd learned, I was very, very lucky here because of golf, to get to hang out with Dean Smith and get to know him. Get to know Dr. Coop, Richard Coop, great sports psychologist, helped our team and helped a lot of tour players, helped me along in my game, to talk to them about what it takes to build a team. And we had a team, starting with the athletic department, starting with Rams Club members, 1928 Society for the golf team members. We all came together and built this course, not just Davis out there on a bulldozer, which I like doing. But it was a team that said, here's what we need. We brought in Michael Jordan's team from Grove 23 that designs practice facilities. They are the best in the business. Coach DiBedetto sent me to look at their facility, and I said, I can't do it as well as them. So we brought them in. So there was a lot of people that contributed to it. Our name might be on the design, but there was a lot of people, including the staff out there at Finley, that had a big part of it.
We've talked a lot about Carolina golf here on the show over the last couple of years, and it's been an ascent here for the Tar Heels. I don't know how closely you follow Carolina golf, but just in working some with Coach DiBedetto, what is your feel kind of around that program and what's been going on with it?
Well, you know, I had a great coach in Devin Browse when I was here. He set me up to be a great player. He was not a golf teacher. I had a golf teacher. My dad was great, but he set me up practice programs and setting goals and things like that. And then John Emmon was a great coach here and was my teammate. But ever since Coach Andrew showed up, it's been a change in the culture. For both the men and the women, the coaches have worked together, brought the alumni back in, made them a part of the program. There is almost too much communication. There's a lot of emails. There's a lot of every month there's a call that we can get on and listen to the coaches. It's just incredible the level of effort. And when you see where he started and where he is now, you're not going to win every golf tournament like they're doing right now.
Sure.
You're not going to win every golf tournament because it's golf. It's 5 players counting 4 scores. But the reason he's successful right now and will be successful in the future is the passion he puts into it. And this golf course project would not have happened without the coaches. Sure, the athletic department and the Rams Club and all those people have to make it happen, but the coaches are the ones that are driving the success of the program, both the men and the women, and the success of this golf course, because I came just to help out. You know, I'm always playing in North Carolina. I'm always stopping by, but he brought me back into the fold. And, you know, I'd like to say we all made it happen because of his passion.
Have you ever had a hole-in-one?
I've had a few, yes.
Okay. I came really close to a hole-in-one here recently. I was on the tee with Tyler Hansbrough and Antoine Jamison and me. So I had pressure. Talk about Ryder Cup pressure. This was pressure, and almost got it in. Can I ask you about the Ryder Cup? Is that fair game?
It's fair
What
game.
is up with foursomes in Europe? Why has that been so tough for us?
I don't know.
One format.
We thought they had made a mistake putting foursomes first, and they always went 4-ball first in the mornings. We did it opposite in the United States. Obviously, they knew what they were doing.
Sure.
But you know what? There's so many things that we see as, you know, semi-coaches. We're not really coaches. We're helping the team get prepared to play. We had a 5-week break between the Tour Championship and the Ryder Cup. 3 times in the President's Cup, we played in the Southern Hemisphere, Australia, South Africa, and we lost one, tied one, and almost lost one when Tiger was captain in 2019. They won, but it was close. Those were long breaks before we went to those December President's Cups. So my coaching theory is we just had too long a break, and we came out flat the first morning, and we got better and better. And sure enough, for about an hour there on Sunday, it looked like we could win it. We just came out flat. They came out firing. I mean, it was unbelievable. They were making every three-pointer they shot the first morning. And I don't know, you don't know why in golf that is, but we only had 2 guys play golf tournaments for 5 weeks, and I think we were just a little bit flat.
There was all the mess about Patrick Cantlay's hat and all the team room stuff. Like, what actually happens in the team room? What happens in team room?
It's a big hang, you know.
Really?
It's like a football team or a basketball team getting on the bus or the plane and going and traveling. We don't ever get to do that. We did it 2 weeks before Rome. 9 of us, 9 players, 5 captains. We all went over and played practice rounds. It's just fun for us. Everything. We had a couple team building things that were very, very fun in the team room, but it's get on the bus, hang out, you know, eat together, practice together, play together. And the rest of the year, we're all doing our own thing.
Right.
And so it's the highlight. Our guys were, you saw them, literally crying.
Yeah.
I mean, they were disappointed. But as soon as it gets back to on the bus, then it's back to, we're a team.
Sure.
And you win as a team, you lose as a team. Those guys have had success. Obviously, just in Charlotte, they just won. Yeah. A lot of the same guys just won the President's Cup. They ask themselves the same questions you asked me. What happened? How do we fix this? How do we win in New York? They switch gears, go back to work. But team room's fun. Our team, the media says we don't get along, and Europe gets. We all get along fine, even with each other. Even though Roy's a little mad at a few of us, but I don't blame him for that. And I don't blame Patrick and his caddy Joe LaCava for what they did. We had one hole that we celebrated on the whole week. Give us a break.
Yeah, let us have a moment.
Let us have one moment. But we get along great. It's a lot of fun, and obviously you see it more and more. Max Homa, Sam Burns, Scotty Scheffler, the passion they're putting into trying to win a Ryder Cup. And part of that's like trying to win national championship in basketball. You try a little too hard when you get to that level.
Is it hard to be one of the best in the world at golf in the sense that that's something everyone likes to do and they all think they can go play with you? Like, do you ever get tired of playing with bad golfers who think they're really good?
I don't. I played with 4 guys this morning that were 7 to 9 handicaps, and they thought they were really good, and I made like 8 or 9 birdies, and they're like, "Holy cow!" Go, yeah, and I don't do that well in tournaments anymore. I'm just an average player. It's fun. Even my son-in-law likes playing with me because he's comparing himself to somebody that's really good at the game. Just like when I'm around these star athletes, when I get to come to the Smith Center and watch, it's the same thing. You're watching something that you can't really do, but you'd like to be able to do it.
I know you've told the story 100 times. Adam and I were talking about this before you got here. What the Michael Jordan, you helping to teach Michael Jordan play golf. I know you've told 100 times, but we feel like we have to ask you here on the Carolina Insider about that story.
And this is the authentic for posterity version. Like, there's some legends out there that
all
I think
kinds
may
of
not
legends.
be true.
There's even Trivial Pursuit questions that are wrong about, and that's how famous Michael Jordan is that I get drug into all kinds of stuff. But Buzz Peterson was a great golfer in high school, loved to play. Buzz and Michael were roommates. And we were stuck in a whole nother training table and dorm, and they had their own. And we would see them every once in a while. And then so Buzz and I started playing golf together, left Michael in the room. Somehow we all ended up in summer school. I don't know how. I don't know what happened. We were granted permission to go to summer school. So we were playing even more golf in the summer together. And, those guys would go to barnstorming games, and then we'd play golf and hanging out more and more with the basketball team. Well, Michael drove the cart and learned to keep score first. So think about what that means. He knew that you're 2 down and you need to press. And he hadn't hit a ball yet. So he learned to keep score and watch golf and hang out first. And then the competitiveness, he started, let me hit one. He even broke my play driver, the one I was using that I was the longest driver in college with. He broke it. He thought we set him up for it. But I still, we lost a lot of stuff in a house fire, but I still have the driver that Michael broke, and then the driver I replaced it with that I played from 85 to 97 on the PGA Tour with. So Michael did me a favor by breaking that one because I found one that was even better. But, he like everything he does, doesn't really matter what it is. Like fishing now, like he's just, obsessed and got a big boat and fishes tournaments. And he doesn't want to just go fishing. He wants to win fishing tournaments. And that's the way he was with golf. As soon as he hit a ball or two and he couldn't figure out how to do it, we had to get him clubs, we had to get him balls. And obviously after he left school, that's been one of his biggest passions.
All right, I know you've got a bunch of other stuff to do today, and we don't have much more time. But what has this place meant to you? What has Carolina meant to you, and what does it still mean to you?
I think, really just relationships. Because my dad gave Dean Smith a lesson, I got to know Dean Smith. Because Dean Smith liked to play golf, then I met Roy Williams, and just right on down the list. The people, the students that I played with, that I met back then are still friends. Obviously, being a part of the program, when people identify me with Chapel Hill, it makes me proud that I was only here 3 years. I did not graduate. They introduced me as a graduate. I did not graduate, but it's just a big part of my life. When I was a kid, I was born in Charlotte, but I moved immediately to Georgia. I always was a Carolina fan because of my mom's family from outside of Charlotte. So this place means a lot to me, and now it's even more special that we got a golf course that we had a hand in, and hopefully the team keeps winning. The women start winning a bunch, and this facility pays off for Carolina golf.